I think it's safe to say that the vast majority of us have been tracking this situation with the UAPs, the UFOs, the aliens, whatever you want to call it. And today, I want to go to the tarot with it. So welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon. I'm a tarot reader, an astrologer, a medium, and I am going to ask 3 questions to the tarot today about this situation. First, I want to ask about the nature of the UAP and the phenomenon that we're seeing. Second, I want to ask about the intentions. What can we expect? What are they doing here? What do they want with us? And third, I want to look at some potential future timelines. Of course, everything's potential that hasn't occurred yet, even though time isn't really linear in the way that we perceive it here as Earthlings. But again, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't been to my channel before, welcome. I have a lot of content. Please check out my guided meditations. I've got some affirmations, a lot of different tarot readings. If this does help you in any way, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's go. First thing I want to do is talk to the Light Seers Tarot. This is one of my favorite decks. I use this all the time. This is by Chris Ann. And I'm just going to ask, like I said, this is the deck I'm going to ask, what is the nature of the UAP phenomenon? Now, you might already be totally bought into this and say to yourself, obviously, like, yep, aliens are real and they're here and they've been with us. And if you're watching this channel, it's likely you're more aligned to that thought. But still, I think still we have a hard time really grasping, because we're hearing that possibly these are interdimensional beings that we're dealing with. So I just want to pull a few cards from this Light Seers Tarot and ask, what is the nature of these UAP phenomenon that we've been... This one comes out right away. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to pull that first, but I feel there's another one coming. Okay. What is the nature of these phenomenon that we've been experiencing? Ah, wow. Very nice. Okay, first card I'm going to start with is literally the Hanged Man. This is a representation of being able to look at something in a completely different and new way. So when I ask about their nature, like what's their deal, it's like we can't quite understand, you know, and I actually don't know if I pulled it in reverse or up or directly up, you know, the right way, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because this is kind of the first thing that literally fell out of the deck. So the message here is the state is meant to help us look at the universe in a completely different way. It's going to flip us upside down. It's going to flip our concept of what is reality. It's going to flip our concept of what is a being, what is possible. And this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay, so the second one that came out was the King of Cups. So I feel like the King of Cups is asking us to tune into our emotions. And this is a deeply emotional card. So I feel like there's got to be some connection to our emotional state, our emotional auras, our energetic auras. Look at how he's just really closed his eyes and he's tuning in. You know, and the king is generally like a mastery of energy. So their state does look like more of a mastery. It seems like this is where you get when you're able to just be at peace, at calm, rise above. It's like your state is higher. And this is a really good representation of what we're dealing with here is a state of beings that exist in, you know, a plane of peace. The polarity is accepted here. And maybe they are in a state of polarity like we are or not. I don't know. And actually, the next card's kind of interesting what I pulled, but I will take this. So we've got these two. So we're going to look at things different. They're going to show us a completely different way to be and think and exist. And this is probably what they're showing us, is they're calling us to our spirituality, to our spiritual selves, to our spiritual state. We are divine beings of energy. And I do feel like this is one of the things that the king does get. Okay, so the third card I pulled is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is a card of like imagination, of like almost as if there are many options available. So there you go. When we ask about the state of what is this that we're dealing with, there's many different ways to look at it, many different states, many different beings, many different options. I think that's pretty clear. So it's not just one thing. Again, kind of obvious, but sometimes the tarot is just real obvious as that's the real answer. So this Seven of Pentacles, I feel like, is another sign that we're going to see this thing a whole bunch of different ways. And I do think we project our thoughts onto it a little bit. So in the Seven of Pentacles, some of the things just traditionally represent things that are just an illusion, where some of this is real solid and we see it, and some of it's completely an illusion, something that we just are delusional about. So I know that that's how this is going to come across, and there's definitely going to be people who see and feel a more solid version of what it is that so many are experiencing, and other people are going to say that's not real. So there we go. Okay, so the second question I wanted to ask was about intention. So I'm going to go here now to the energy oracle cards, because I thought that would be a good way to really gauge the energy. These cards are really good at just sort of speaking to the energy of the moment, the energy of what I'm asking. So I want to just see, what is the intention? What are they here for? What are they doing? Are they upgrading us? Oh, that one just flew out again, as they will. So I'm gonna, oh, and then a second, 3. Okay, wow. All right, what's this first one that came out? Wow, the thinking woman. Okay, so their intention is to get us to think. It's to get us to tune into our own divine knowledge. It's to get us to think outside the box, think differently. We already saw the Hanged Man come up. So the thinking woman has us opening up our minds to new knowledge, new wisdom. That's a really nice intention, and I'll take that. So they're offering us new things to think about, new downloads, new pathways, new timelines that didn't exist before. Really interesting. So the other two that came out, I'm just going to show you at the same time. Woman holding a heart. Yeah, woman holding a heart and woman holding a coin. So wow. This is an intention that sort of suggests two different things, obviously, right? So woman holding a heart is about offering something with love. It's about opening the heart space up. So that's a nice intention. The coin thing is very interesting, but this really has to do with self-worth. So the intention is to show us our own divine nature, perhaps, our own self-worth. There's a book with these cards. So I'm going to actually just read the book, because I'm kind of interested to see if there's anything that resonates with us there. Okay. This card shows a woman holding a book, standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's pretty obvious. Let's go to 44. All right. Woman holding a heart, 44. The woman on this card wears a butterfly in her hair and holds a large, lovely heart in her hands. For a woman, this card upright could be a reflection of your own state of peaceful emotion, receptivity for love, or it might be a message that your family issues are going to resolve. Okay, so I guess I take that as this type of higher energy is going to get us to states that will allow this to manifest. You're an intuitive woman who understands the emotions of life, and you're bringing the awareness to all that you do. Or this card upright could also indicate the presence of a female friend, teacher, or confidant who's here to help with issues of love, family, or emotion. This is an even-tempered, caring person who resonates with you and your emotions. Okay, so this card just says it's bringing some feminine energy for sure, of love, of family, and help. So I'll take that as a good intention. These are our star family after all. So this seems like a very nurturing energy, a very nice energy. Okay, let's go to 42. Woman holding a coin. The elegantly dressed woman on this card sits on a beautiful chair, holding a bright coin. When this card comes up in a woman's reading, it may refer to her directly and to a successful endeavor regarding her own finances or health. Okay, again, this is really helping women. It's interesting because I know I've had a few downloads about the divine feminine being especially supported right now because of the state of where it's been, and it needs a little help, right, to find and step into its power. This could also signal a woman of support or assistance regarding these issues. Again, the feminine energy. She may give you financial advice or connect with you with somebody who does. This woman may be someone you meet where you make your money, maybe a woman of wealth and value. Okay, there we go. So the intention, again, I bring back to bringing us value, helping us touch in and tap into our own divinity. Very nice. And I'll take that all day, universe. I'll take that from any being who wants to offer it. Okay, so let's look at a few different potential timelines of where this might be going. So I've got this enchanted map deck that I've been using. It's been really good. And it's been a nice way to kind of read it, the energy of potentials. So that's where I'm going with this. So show us, universe, show us, deck. What are a couple of the potential timelines where this might be going with this alien UAP phenomenon that we're seeing and experiencing? Super interesting, because stuck in the mud is the first thing that comes up. So that's one pathway that is a potential, is a barrier, like a stopping of understanding, where there's going to be people who are absolutely going to resist. So that's a timeline that we have to know about and we have to be aware of, and don't let ourselves get stuck into old patterns. Don't let us get stuck into fear. I feel like that's maybe what this is about. I know I've read the description of this card a bunch of times, and it is about facing barriers and being stuck in old energy. So that is a potential timeline. So we'll take that. Here's the next. Both of these are elephants. Not all of these are elephants, so that's super interesting. So another potential timeline is listening. So there will be some of us, and a potential timeline in where there are those of us that truly begin to listen and are listening to what is happening. We're watching, we're listening, what is being said, what is being shown to us. What's the purpose of this? What is the purpose of opening ourselves up to this new galactic energy? I want to read the book on this too. So this is 53. 53, listening. Okay. When this card appears, you're being reminded that there is a time to speak and a time to be silent. Interesting. Now is an occasion for listening. Okay, so the universe is like, wait, in one of the timelines, we all just stop and actually start listening to what we're hearing here. Pay attention to not only what is being spoken, but what is not being said in the moment. Very good advice. And if you are paying attention to the hearings and all of the things that are being disclosed to us at this time, we should pay attention to what is being said and what is not being said. Good advice. Listen with your heart, not just your ears, and you'll find clarity. Receiving the listening card is a fortunate sign and ensures a greater understanding. I accept and I receive that as a potential timeline. People listening, people tuning in, people actually hearing what we're supposed to hear. Okay, one more potential timeline I want to pull. Movement. Wow, nice. Number 28. Movement. Going forward. We're going to accept this. We are going to transition over to a different state where everything is different, and we will be able to accept what's coming. We are just the transitional generation, and somebody had to be the ones to go from not knowing to knowing. It's like going from thinking that everything revolves around the earth to suddenly realizing, wait, we're going around the sun. It's that significant of what we're experiencing here. So movement is definitely a good potential timeline. Let me see if I have any gems in the book that I can pull out. Okay, movement. This is the time for positive momentum as you come out of a period of restriction. We know about the quarantine around Earth and how there has been a blockage of information, whether it's the powers that were, whether it's the galaxy, whatever it is, the universe, and this has opened up. Okay, so this is the time for positive momentum as you come out of a period of restriction. You're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. Yes, you may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, move your home, your business, regardless. You can't remain where you are anymore. Yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to hear. You feel compelled to go forward. No matter what your inquiry, you will see your dreams take form and doors previously shut begin to open as if by magic. Wow. I accept that as a timeline. I want to grab that up, and I wonder if you do too. So thanks so much again for watching. Please like this video if it's helped you in any way. What timeline do you want to see? What are you seeing out there as far as this UAP stuff? Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.